7, shall we? So let me pull up some pictures here. We got new leaks of the Fold 7. Now, let me pull up a picture here for everybody. Let me see what this one looks like. So here's the thin, razor thin Fold 7. Wow, this is one of the new leaked images. So this one was just leaked earlier. This is the Fold 7 when it's open. Now, this is so thin. So if don't do this while you're driving. Absolutely don't do this while you're driving. Because I know this is a lot of people on the road right now. But check this out. Get your phone. If you're watching this on your phone and you're not driving, obviously, I want you to pull out your phone. If you have a case on it, you might need to peel back the case. I want you to look at how thin, or excuse me, I want you to look at your SIM ejector tool or your SIM tray that's on your phone, whether it's on the bottom, if you have a Samsung S25 series, S24 series, S23 series, it should be on the bottom. If you have a Pixel, the new Pixels are on the bottom as well. So, and then some, I think Nothing have them on the left side, I believe. I want you to look at your phone and the SIM tray that's on your phone where you eject the SIM card. Look at how tall, how thin, how small the SIM tray is on your phone. And then look at this picture that I got up here on the display, on the screen. This is mind-blowing. The Z Fold 7, when it's opened up, is basically the same thickness as a freaking SIM card tray. That is mind-blowing. That is incredibly thin. Again, just a hair over 4 millimeters thick when it's unfolded. That is insane. If you look at your SIM card, tray on your phone, and then you look at this picture that I have on the screen, you're like, holy crap, that is thin. That's literally the size of the SIM tray. That is insane. So that's the first picture we got, right? Now, let me throw up on the screen the second image. This is the device folded open. So it appears that it looks like there's not a crease. Now, I can almost guarantee you, well, I can guarantee you there will be a crease. There still will be. It's just going to be a little bit less noticeable. So each year it gets a little less noticeable and a little less noticeable with each release, right? I still think they're probably a couple of years away from a zero crease display when it's open. But typically, when these are delivered, they deliver them opened. Meaning, like when you get the device, if you order it from Samsung and they ship it to you. Well, I take it back. I've never ordered a fold device. I've always ordered a flip device. But every flip I ordered, every one that I got, they come opened. Now, it's when you can't really see the crease. It's like basically non-existent when you literally unbox it. And then when you close it and then open it back up again, you're like, ah, shit, there's the crease. Because almost every year I get fooled. I'm like, damn, there's no crease on this. And then I close it, I open it back up, and I'm like, there's the crease. But this could have the little film. You know that they put the film whenever you unbox a brand new device. They always put that latex or whatever it is, that little peel sticker, that little sticker you peel off. And this could have that peel sticker on there too. It looks like it does. But this has new dimensions, right? So the outer display is different from the previous version, and the inner display is going to be different from the previous version as well, right? Now, let me show you this other angle that I got here. Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at that. This is incredible. So this is how I was saying I've always wanted a foldable, not the flip. I've already purchased the flip. I'm talking about the foldables, the fold, where that you open up like a book. I've always wanted one. They just, whenever I go to Best Buy, before they're available, you know how they're available at Best Buy? Whenever Samsung has their pre-order available, I always go to Best Buy and I always check them out, right? Because I've been really tempted these last couple of years. And last time I went to Best Buy, I was like, damn, they are so close. It was not enough for me to purchase one. But how I want my fold, and I think this fold is going to fit my needs, or shall I say my wants, right? What I want out of a book style foldable, I want it when it's closed. I want it to feel just like a regular phone, right? Just like an S24. I guess this would be, look, when this is closed, it has the kind of squared off edges. So it's almost going to look like a S24 Ultra, right? When it's closed. So I want it to look like a regular S24 Ultra when it's closed. I just want to be able to open it up like a tablet, right? Is that too much to ask for? Because in the past with the Fold 6, even though they've kind of matured the dimensions of this device when it's closed, it was just not right. They almost had it, and I get it. They needed to be, because it was so thick when you close it, it's like holding two phones together, right? And it just felt too clunky. It just felt too weird. And with it being so thick, it's holding on to two phones is not easy to use, right? Especially with your thumb. So that's why in the past they were kind of the outer display when it's closed was kind of small, weird looking. It was skinny and tall. Where am I? It was skinny and tall. And it was thick because it was like the thickness of two phones. Now with this one, with it being only 4 millimeters thick, when it's opened up, when you close it, what does that make it? 8 millimeters thick. Now, how thick is an S24 Ultra? S24 Ultra is about 8 millimeters thick when closed. So this is basically going to fit my dream foldable. Now, the outer display is not a 6.8 or 6.9 inch display like the S24 Ultra. This is going to be a 6.6 or 6.7 inch display when it's closed. So the outer display is going to be like it's going to look like an S24 Ultra, but with a 6.6 or 6.7 inch display instead of a 6.9 inch display. However, it's going to have the same thickness of the S24 Ultra when it's closed. See what I'm saying? And then you split it in half when you open it, and that's where it gets razor thin. So this has me very, very excited. I like that blue color. Like someone had said in the chat earlier. Was it you, John? I believe it was. Yeah, John Smith said he liked that blue. I do too. I really like that blue. I saw somebody on Reddit complain about the blue, and I was like, dude, that's a badass color. And they're not just gonna have it in blue. If you don't like the blue, then get it in a black or the silver that they're gonna come with, right? So I like it. I like it. I like it. It's gonna have the 200 megapixel sensor that the S25 Ultra has. Now, battery life. I was also on Reddit and saw people dogging the battery. I want to put people's fears of the battery life. Hold your horses. Don't complain just yet, right? So if we get this thing and it has horrible battery life, be my guest, blast it online, do what you want. But Samsung has a trick up their sleeve. Nobody's talking about this on the internet except right here on eSIMstudios. So if you have not had the privilege, and I say that with realness, if you have not had the privilege of using an S25 Edge, Samsung's going to put that secret weapon that they put in the S25 Edge inside this Z Fold 7. I have confirmation on that 100%. So Samsung implemented a new battery algorithm. They baked it into the operating system to fine-tune the operating system to absolutely squeeze every last juice of energy out of that small, what does it have, a 3,800 milliamp per hour battery? relatively small for a smartphone these days. The Fold 7 has been confirmed that it's going to have a 4,400 milliamp per hour battery. You know, when you look on paper, you're like, could be bigger, especially it has 2 displays. Look, I'm going to guarantee it right now. With Samsung implementing this new battery AI algorithm into the operating system of this Fold 7, the battery life is going to be drastically better than the Fold 6 battery life, and that's without roughly changing the battery size. I guarantee you. Samsung has amazed me with what they did in this S25 Edge. It gets better battery life than my S25 Ultra. In the basic, it has a much smaller battery, and the only main difference is, well, there's a few differences, but main difference is the battery algorithm that they baked into the operating system. They're going to do the same thing to this. So I've seen people blast it online. Oh, they're not doing anything with the batteries. They're not putting silicone carbon batteries in here, which they might not for a while. We got news on that. But have no fear. Just before you say anything nasty online, try it for yourself. If you have an S25 Edge, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have an S25 Edge, you're going to have to take my word for it. And you do plan on getting this, battery life should not be a worry. I would not be worried about battery life one bit, right? So we actually got word of why Samsung, why Apple are taking so long to implement silicon carbon batteries in these devices. So it turns out that the US government is to blame. So the US government only allows a certain amount of lithium ion batteries on airplanes. That's correct. Samsung and Apple simply would not, by law, could not transport that many types of batteries over to the US to where they can mass produce a product. We're talking millions of phones and that many silicon carbon batteries. It's a flight risk. So don't blame Samsung, don't blame Apple. It's the government. The files were just uncovered. Shame on me, because it literally, that story just popped into my head. I'm gonna pull up that paperwork. I have proof. I'll pull up that paperwork probably tonight or tomorrow, and I'll definitely hit on that story tomorrow with the adequate paperwork, just to show you that it's not Samsung's fault that they're not putting silicon carbon batteries in these things. Just logistically, they can't do it. It's just not possible. So, pretty interesting story. I saw that and I was like, whoa, what the hell? Came out of left field. But yeah, this is pretty freaking badass. Now, let's do this too. Let me pull up this. And am I missing any other news? Since we have the Z Fold 7 here, let's see if I'm missing any news. Here's that leak I was talking about. Let's go over to the news section. And I think this is the big news of the day for this, but I just want to make sure we're not missing anything. Let's see. While closed. Now, I pulled a video for you. There's this video these people are talking about. There's a new video, but I honestly don't think it's the Fold 7. I think it's the Fold 6. And that's why I didn't include it in today's stream. Because after I pulled the video, now it was an Amazon review. It was a video that came from an Amazon seller. They're selling screen protectors for the outer display for the Fold 7. And in that Amazon product, you know how you can scroll through the pictures, and some have videos. Many don't, but a few do. And this new video leaked of the screen protector for the Fold 7 showed them installing it on a Fold 7. I think it's the Fold 6, because after viewing it, after editing the video, I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if that's is that the Fold 7? I mean, can I enlarge this? Is that the Fold 7? It might be. Yeah, shit, it might be. I didn't load that video, did I? I can load it. Hang on. Yeah, ready? Let me load it here. And then I'll play it. Here we go. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Can I pause it? Y'all tell me, is that the Fold 7? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It looks like it could be. Some of those images were not. I mean, like some of those shots were not. They didn't film that in just one shot. It was like an accumulation, and they edited the video together. I think one or two of those shots was not. I think it was the Fold 6 on some of those angles, but I think this one is the Fold 7. Give me 1 second. Hang on. I think that is the Fold 7. Okay. Now, I think that's all the Fold 7 news we got. But highly anticipated. I'm actually thinking about getting one, honestly. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to cover the Fold 7 release. I'm going to cover the Flip 7 release, the whole Unpacked event. And I think Samsung's coming out with new Galaxy Buds as well. I believe they're coming out with the second generation of Galaxy Buds FE, the second gen, which I'm happy because I got a black pair and a white pair Buds FE. I love these things so much. Battery life is insane. They never run out of battery. I love them. So I'm definitely going to get more Buds. But stay tuned to the channel. We got all that and more. I'm definitely going to get one of them since I'm not going to get the Phone 3. Save a little money and use that money I was going to buy the the Phone 3 with, and get it and put that to the Fold 7, right, or the Flip 7. I'm going to get one of them. So stay tuned to the channel. I got all the coverage for that. And yeah, I'm sure I'll review, if I do get it, definitely review the ThinBorne case for it, because the ThinBorne and or FiberBorne case for the Fold 7 or Flip 7 is going to be the case to get, right? It just is. So we got plenty of that. Could be a dummy phone, but look, dummy phones are exactly the same dimensions. Those dummy phones are what the what the case companies use to mold their cases on. So even if it is a dummy phone, that's all right. It's the exact same dimensions. So